I first swatched these Faber Castell watercolor pencils in my last watercolor haul video. This is my first time trying a painting with them, and I didn't know what to expect. Let's find out how they perform together. Here's a quick look at the swatches. Now let's jump into the pumpkin. It's going to be a pumpkin, so it does not have to be perfect, which is nice. Let's see, there would be a cut around the top. Try not to erase. This is why I typically draw things on paper or tracing paper and then I transfer them, because I am messiest everything. Drawer, painter. What kind of evil eyes? We get a sneering mouth. So if we go like this, maybe give them some little jaggy teeth. So let's just outline this. This is cadmium yellow. And I'm just simply going to use the tip and I'm just coloring in the eyes, anything that would show from the outside, from the inside of the pumpkin. So we're going to make him, oh, we want this. There's going to be light spilling out here because, of course, this is where it doesn't quite close, because it never does after you cut it, because you never quite get in the same spot again. This would even be cute on a Halloween card. Do something like this on some of those watercolor cards. Oh, his little nose. Here we go. Always make sure you wipe on the ferrule right here, because if water drips down, then you'll get too watery. And I just keep going back in and re-wetting my brush as it starts to get dry. That just completely dissolved that. Wow, well that's drying. Let's jump over and do the stem. Now I know there's going to be darker spots and lighter spots, so I think I'm going to use that indigo blue. And all I'm doing is just adding a little bit of that down in the base where it would be the darkest, and on this side because light is coming that way. So I'm going to try and blend this. And if you have to, remove some of the water from your brush. This part lighter. We'll do a little shadow just underneath, and I'm going to try not to get this on the pumpkin because I don't want it to go all yucky, because blue and orange neutralize each other. I'm just going to grab some water and I'm just putting some water there, and I'm just going to pick it up just to kind of fade that out a little so it's not such a harsh edge. So I'm just going to spread that around. Oh yeah, see all the water? That was way too much. Okay, I'm going to rinse, and I'm going to come back almost like it's watercolor, and I'm just going to hit that edge with a barely damp brush. See how it's kind of softening and pulling out? There, it's dry, and we can move right along. We will put some of our darker colors in first. So, you know, down in the ridges, that's going to be darker. At the back edge, that's going to be darker. Okay, let's try some of the light here. Up here, kind of reflective light maybe. Just trying to kind of get a glowy face. Some of the darker one. And maybe do it with the tip of the pencil. Cadmium orange, yeah. So I'm just going to kind of add some of that in with this dark. Okay, this just, you know what, I love this. This is so relaxing there. So I'm just kind of lightly putting some marks there. Let's see what we can do. So you could leave some of this texture on, but I'm going to try and smooth it out some. Wow, these are very vibrant. Okay, I want to get right up to the eyes. See, I didn't put as much pencil crayon here because I didn't want it to be as dark, because maybe the glow from the pumpkin is lighting it up some. And I keep rinsing and making sure my brush is clean, because I don't want to drag the darker pigment that I'm doing through all of it. So now you can see where I added some yellow and it's really lightening it up. And I might go back over to and maybe put a little more pigment there. It is pretty light. Trying to work the up top part first, because once I get down here, we're getting into the darker. Let's mix some. I mean, a sheet of paper is probably not the best, but you could mix it on a palette or something that you could get the pencil crayon off of. Yeah, that looks good. So now we're going to just paint in. So see, it's a little more orange. Okay, I'm going to dry that. Let's give him a little more color in the face. Just gently putting some more. Trying not to go over anything else, but of course I am. He looked a little pale for a pumpkin. I'm going to take the cool brown. I'm just lightly putting some down bottom where, of course, it's going to be a lot darker and then some here, some on this side. And I'm going to see if I can glaze over and pull it out. Let's put a little here. So what is happening, I can see it right now, is my brush is lifting the stuff I already put down. So if you're going to layer with these, you have got to be so light-handed. Like I'm barely touching. Let's try up here. Just kind of drop the water on and just move it around a little. Yeah, it's streaky here. Let me just try that. Yeah, so I really don't like putting the pencil on it once it's wet. I really just want to make this bottom disappear. So I'm going to take some of the indigo and I'm going to put that down there as well. And this paper is awful. So I'm already picking up little pieces of paper. So do you see what's happening? As I'm trying to spread it, I'm actually taking everything up with it. And I think this is one of the papers they recommend it using it with. I'm going to try to redistribute the color by wetting everything again. And just kind of see how I'm just dabbing. Because I've got color on my brush now. I'm just kind of dropping some in. But that's okay, because you know what? This is how we learn. And I'm not one of these artists where I'm going to show you everything that's perfect. In fact, I'm a professional artist. I sell my artwork in galleries, and not this type of artwork, and I have been for the last 10 years. But I'm not going to pretend to you that everything I do is perfect, because it's not. I am just like everybody else. Some things turn out wonderful, some things paint themselves, and I think, wow, who painted that? And other things I have to work for, and some things go in the garbage. So I'm going to just dry this quick. That's dry. Yep. I'm going to simply go back over, and I'm going to actually lay it on its side, and I'm just going to put some color over top. See if we can't get some of that color back in there. Now I'm dropping quite a bit of water to see if maybe I can just pull some of the pigment with the water. I'm willing to try anything at this point. And this is how we're going to learn how to use them. And again, I'm being very light with my brush strokes. Oh yeah, I've got a lot of water. You could see it when I picked it up. So chances are if I let that dry like that, that water is probably going to cause a back run. So I'm just going to dry it real quick with my hairdryer. Okay, and one thing I see too with these, they're obscuring the dark line. So I think I would wait and draw the line afterwards, right? Only in parts too, just depends. Like they seem to be okay. It was more just that line that was there. The yellow, in fact, I think is the culprit. I just want that to stand out a little more than it did. So I'm just going to fill that in. And I could fill it in solid or I could leave it scratchy. I kind of like it scratchy. I'm going to try to just get some dark. Can I use the red and maybe this yellow? Oh, that red really takes over. What is this red? Pale Geranium Lake. Let's not forget there's orange under it too. You know what? We're going to go for it. I'm going to just put some of this yellow down, and I'm just going to lightly. I don't want a whole bunch of the red. Let's just try that and see how that works. Okay, well that may not have been enough, but I like actually the color it's giving. Oh shoot. Reminder to myself, do not draw on the wet paper. It can't handle it. So yeah, if you use a lot of water, it just pushes the pigment away. Keep trying. Let's just kind of feather this out. That is actually acting a lot better than I thought it would. Let's just add a little here and a little here, and we'll blend it out in the middle. Okay, our orange, just need a little more of that here. It's a little too pale still. Okay, he's not scary. That's okay though. Let's just put a different green. Just add a little dimension here. These Faber Castell watercolor pencils were so much fun to experiment with. I still have a lot to learn, but I love how vibrant the colors become with water. I found out afterwards that the type of paper makes a big difference when layering. I used cellulose paper for this painting, but next time I'll use 100% cotton watercolor paper and see how that works. If you missed my watercolor haul video where I first swatched these, I'll link it below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.